The time is 12 o'clock. Good afternoon. Here is iPower 102.7 FM Midday News. I am Olukemi Ajibola. The headlines. FUTA Vice Chancellor applauds Ayedatiwa. Tinubu stands irrevocable to opposition challenges. On the foreign scene, Lebanon celebrates ceasefire. And in sports, Arsenal commends Alex Maninja. Details of this and more in a moment. Please stay tuned. Glad to have you back. And now the news in detail, starting from Ondo State. As the deputy head of program of iPower 102.7 FM, Emure Owo, Esther Bamidele, fondly called Ayaba on radio, marks a birthday today. The general manager, engineer Paul Olotu, has described her as an outstanding member of staff. Engineer Olotu said in his 50 years in broadcast industry, having worked with countless individuals, Bamidele has demonstrated professionalism, kindness, and humility. Other members of staff also sang and penned their good wishes for the merry maker. And the Vice Chancellor of the Federal University of Technology, Akure, Professor Adenike Oladiji, has commended the Ondo State Governor, Lucky Ayedatiwa, for his administration's intervention in critical infrastructure within the institution, including the conversion of the state specialist hospital to a teaching hospital, as well as water and road projects on the campus. Oladiji, who spoke at the institution Foundation Day lecture in Akure, said leadership and technology remain central to improving organizational performance. She also commended the Ondo State government's interventions in FUTA, including the conversion of the state specialist hospital to a teaching hospital, water projects, and road infrastructure within the campus. And to the national matters, President Bola Tinubu has said he is not intimidated by the opposition, describing them as noisemakers who do not respect the rule of law. He stated this during a meeting with leaders and coordinators of the Renewed Hope ambassadors from the 36 states of the Federation at the State House, Abuja. The group was led by Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma, who is the Director General of the Renewed Hope ambassadors. Tinubu reiterated that the process was challenging but untimely successful. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has congratulated Romuald Wadagni on his victory in his Republic of Benin's presidential election heading on April 12. In a statement issued by Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, President Tinubu described Wadagni's emergence as a reflection of the confidence reposed in him by the Benin's people. Wadagni, who currently serves as Benin Minister of Finance, secured a commanding victory in the election, polling about 94% of the votes. This midday news is coming to you from iPower 102.7 FM, Emure Owo. Still to come on the foreign scene, Lebanon celebrates ceasefire, and in sports, Arsenal commends Alex Maninja.
Whether you're tuning in for breaking news, in-depth analysis, or community updates, Hyper 102.7 FM remains your most trusted source. Because when it comes to news, the truth matters. Hyper FM 102.7.
Welcome back. To be a part of our programs, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok at Hyper1027 FM. We are also on Radio Garden. Now to the foreign news. Celebration has kick-started in Lebanon, where a 10-day ceasefire has been announced to allow for negotiations between Israeli and Lebanese officials. United States President Donald Trump has again said that a deal to end the war on Iran is very close, adding that talks may resume with Tehran in Pakistan's capital, Islamabad, and as early as this weekend. Report says Iran's foreign ministry has welcomed news of the ceasefire in Lebanon, framing the truce as part of broader agreement with the U.S. to pause the regional conflicts. Still on the foreign scene, Philippine security forces has killed 10 alleged armed Islamist militants who restated an attempt to arrest them. The firefight with police and soldiers happened in the Muslim-populated south of the mainly Catholic Asian nation, where remnants of Islamic State-inspired groups operate. Among the deaths was leader of armed group leader, the Matute Dolan Islamiyah. The government first arrived near the town of Marantua before dawn to serve arrest warrants for murder, homicide, and kidnapping against Mangolka and his group. They triggered an hour-long firefight with the group, which concluded the rebel leader's wife and 3 other women. And to the sports, following the tragic death of ex-goalkeeper Alex Maninja, the Arsenal family has been left heartbroken. Maninja passed away at 48-year-old yesterday after a fatal car crash. In an emotional tribute posted on their social handles, the Gunners shared their devastation. Over the course of his professional career, Maninja also turned out for Juventus, Liverpool, Bologna, Torino, Red Bull Salzburg, Udinese, and Osborg. And to end the Hyper 102.7 FM Midday News, let's take another look at the main points. We told you in the course of the bulletin that the Vice Chancellor of the Federal University of Technology, Akure, Professor Adenike Oladiji, has commended the Ondo State Governor, Lucky Ayedatiwa, for his administration's intervention, which includes the conversion of the State Specialist Hospital to a teaching hospital, as well as water and road projects on the campus. We also informed you that President Bola Tinubu has said he is not intimidated by the opposition, describing them as noisemakers who do not respect the rule of law. On the foreign scene, celebrations has kicked off in Lebanon, where a 10-day ceasefire was announced to allow for negotiations between Israeli and Lebanese officials. And finally, in the sporting arena, following the tragic death of ex-goalkeeper Alex Maninja, the Arsenal's family has been left heartbroken. And that was the Hyper 102.7 FM Midday News, edited and read by Olukemi Ajibola. Thanks for listening. Join us at 7 p.m. for more updates.